Hey Gareth, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Tim from the Rite Group here with Gareth from Lawn Rite. What suburb?
East Coast Bays in Coatesville.
Is Coatesville new to your...
Yes. So this property right here is my first property out in Coatesville.
Okay, and so how did you get this particular property?
So it was a lead that came through the Lawn Rite website.
Yeah.
And rang the guy and the same day and had the job all approved, which got me this thing.
Okay, so you didn't have this before, but because you got this job...
Yeah, so this was always the long-term plan. I've been with Lawn Rite for just over 12 months now. Mm-hmm. Started in East Coast Bays just with a push mower, but wanted to get into these lifestyle blocks and ride on lawn mowing. This lead came through, which enabled me to purchase this, which enables me to expand my business now.
That's awesome. Okay, so I can see where actually there's a lot of lifestyle properties around here. This is the first time on this particular first job?
Yes, this first job today.
You were talking about your particular customer base that you get. What are some of the things that you've been doing to grow that customer base?
I did do some Facebook advertising, which got me a few jobs. But easily the biggest thing has been the jobs from jobs. People recommending me. I do something for someone, and then they ask me to do more gardening stuff for them.
Yeah.
And so, jobs from jobs is the easiest way I've grown.
And do you think, obviously you're doing a good service, that's why they're recommending you. Is there anything other than mowing the grass that you do in order to make them happy?
Yeah, I think anybody with a good attitude can do gardens and mow lawns, but they want to have trust in the person, and some people just want to have a chat, and stopping and having that 5-minute chat can make all the difference in keeping jobs.
Okay, so you make them feel heard, make them feel seen. What do you guys chat about? Just whatever they feel like talking about?
Yeah. And another big thing that I've been doing recently is talking myself out of work.
Okay.
So people have ideas, and it's saying to them, you can spend a lot of money getting that done, but is it going to add any benefit? And here's maybe a better option for you that doesn't involve you spending a lot of money. And I think when you are willing to turn down a big job to get a small job, they have a lot more trust in what you're doing.
Right, okay, so they feel like you're actually listening to them, taking on board, and then you're giving your expert advice and going, hey, I could do that, but it would cost you this much.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So you think that builds trust?
Yes, yeah. And they know that you're not just doing it just to try and get money off them.
Yeah.
You're doing it, and I don't do jobs, obviously we work for money, but I do it because I want to make a place look better. And so making suggestions that fit that property is so much more important to me than them trying to put something in that I know is not going to work.
That's really awesome, Gareth. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about the Cub Cadet. That's a really big thing to say. Big purchase.
Yes, yeah.
How did that feel for you?
Yeah, it was a big step. You're having to invest in your business and knowing that you're going to have to build to be able to look after that investment. This property, it gets me on that track, but now I've got to do the work to get more properties in this area. But a massive shout out to the Still Shop in Albany. They awesome advice and took me through all the options and again weren't trying to sell me the best or the biggest. They were trying to sell me what's going to be most suitable to what I'm doing.
That's awesome. Okay, and which Still Shop was that?
Still Shop Albany.
Still Shop Albany, you're the real ones. Thank you. All right, so now this is the only job that you use this on, or now can you use this on the other smaller jobs too?
Yeah, I have been doing it on residential, but in terms of East Coast Bays, there's probably only 20% of my jobs that I can use this.
Yep.
The rest are goat tracks and stairs and little gates. So this was about building a different size part of my business, not about making the current stuff easier.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So scaling, growth.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And now, in terms of scaling and growth, how much more room do you have in terms of clients? Like, how many more can you fit on your schedule?
Yeah, I mean, this has enabled some time savings. Yesterday I set a new record and did 12 properties in one day, and this was one of the ones that helped me achieve that.
Yep.
but there's certainly growth, and I'm not scared of adding people to my business if I can get to that point. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And so with obviously new big jobs like the one we're on today coming onto the horizon, is it likely that if you got, say, 5 more of these, you would then pass on? What would happen to the other jobs? Because you'd run out of time eventually, right?
Yeah, I've had some staff working for me at different times for some one-day big jobs, and I think adding a person actually does more than just reduce the time by 50%. Yeah, so rather than sending people in different directions, I'd be more inclined to have both working at one property, and you can do it way quicker than the 50%.
Yeah. Does that make it cheaper for the client?
I
guess you're factoring in the cost of the staff as well.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you'd be able to do some bigger jobs a little bit cheaper, but it also enables you to get more done in a day.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I guess speed is not always like if you do it quick doesn't mean it should be cheaper. I mean, I would value speed too if I got something on or I want my kids to be out and get in the yard.
Yeah.
If you're in and out real quick, I would pay almost extra for that.
Yeah.
All right, quality. Now, social media. You won an award at the conference.
Yes.
What was that award?
Yeah, it was the Social Media Award for content over 3 months before the conference.
Yep.
So putting 3 posts up a minimum a week.
Cool.
So it had been something I was already doing. I didn't actually do more. I just kept doing what I was doing, and I still aim for 3 posts a week at the moment.
Great.
But my social media is more just telling a story of what I'm doing rather than trying to sell. And some of the weird and wacky stuff I come across with the properties that I do.
That's awesome.
Like emptying out a garden and finding hedgehogs in there, or mowing a lawn and there's a guinea pig sitting in your way. It's more about what I'm doing, but also a big problem in Auckland is the invasive weeds, wild ginger, the moth vine, and so educating people on what it is and what we need to do to get rid of it.
Okay. So you're providing value, also inviting people into your worlds, what it looks like on a day of the life of, Gareth on the mower.
Yes.
That's really neat. And do you find enjoyment in that process?
Yeah, I love it. And at the moment, probably 60% of my work is gardening rather than mowing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's something that I really focus on. It's something that I enjoy more.
Yep.
Obviously, the lawn mowing is a great job in terms of bringing the money in and keeping it simple. But the gardening stuff, especially for property managers who are either between tenants or places going up for market and getting it ready for that. So that's probably where I focus most of my energy.
Okay. I didn't really think about that. I think that's quite rare. I think a lot of people want to just sit on the mower all day, but you find a lot of joy in the gardening aspect.
Yeah. And I hummed and hawed when I started about whether I wanted to go down the franchise line.
Yep.
But I really wanted the support and the backing of what I found in the end was Lawn Rite. I knew I could get the client base in terms of the gardening work. And so, I don't actually want to get more than 50-50 in terms of that gardening lawn stuff. Pushing a lawnmower up and down can get a bit boring, whereas gardening's always interesting.
And so you have control over that?
Yeah, definitely. And so it's I do a lot of work for property managers, so therefore there's a lot of that work coming in.
Cool.
But the lawn stuff in between.
Okay.
And I try and a day of lawns and then a day of a big gardening job and mix it up that way.
That's really handy, so you space it out as well.
Yeah, your biggest asset is your body, and it can be quite physical, and so spacing the jobs out so that you actually can survive a whole week is important.
Rest is important. That's
Yes.
really good.
Yeah.
Now, for those people maybe watching this who are still a little bit on the fence about the franchising, like you said, you thought about it and then you settled on Lawn Rite. Walk me through Is it true that Lawn Rite takes half of your pay to pay for fees?
No, the exact reason I went with Lawn Rite over all of the others that I did the research on was you pay a set fee per month, which is probably similar to what I would have paid doing my own social media. And they're giving you leads out of that. But they're not taking a percentage of any of your work. And that was key to me because I knew I could bring in my own business. But to have that backing of people that know the social media, can do the ads that you need, and send you leads to get jobs, plus also when things go horribly wrong. So we've just recently come back from the conference,
Yep.
and on my way back, my lovely truck broke down.
That's right.
And I got stuck in 8 kilometres out of Morrinsville, and the owner of the Rite Group, dropped the car off to me with 20 minutes and gave me the use of the car for the week. And so if it hadn't been for that, I would have been screwed. I wouldn't have been able to do any work for a whole week. I had no way of getting back to Auckland. And so, it's not just that they provide all the social media, it's just having that backing when things go wrong.
Sure.
And right at the start when I had an issue with my lawnmower, they were fantastic at working with Still and finding a solution, and you don't feel like you're just, when things go wrong, it's all on you. You know that there's people behind you that will support you.
Confidence. I mean, like you said before, with the leads and advertising, I mean, this very job came from someone who probably searched Lawn Rite on Google, and because of the SEO work that Troy does,
Yes.
they found it, and then maybe they've been seeing the branding around. You've got all these different franchise owners across the country with the same uniform, same logo.
Yep.
Builds that trust, credibility, and then you drive it home with your awesome, demeanor and quality service.
Yep.
That's awesome, Gareth.
Yeah, one of the jobs that I got, interestingly, the insurance that I had, the guy was an insurance broker, and so the insurance that I had in case things went wrong and the amount that I was insured for was the reason I got the job. And that was all recommended by Lawn Rite when I set up.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And when you set up as well, when you first start, and let's say you don't already have an existing customer base, is there any support in those early days? What does that look like for a new franchise owner?
Yeah, they certainly take you through how you can grow your business, provide all the pamphlets so that you can go do all the letter drops, and talking to the other franchises in the area. So that was part of the networking that I found fantastic, My first week, another franchise passed me on a job because he didn't have time to do it himself. So, that sort of stuff is really important when you're trying to grow.
Amazing. Bro, this has been a really good conversation. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you, Gareth.
Thank you.
Now, we will get you on your Cub Cadet, and I'll get some shots of you, throw this drone up,
Yeah.
and get a shot of this massive section.
Should be fun.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.